What's up, guys? Bang, bang. It is lunch money time, and we back in New York City.
See the background?
For a week. And then we're going back to Miami. But don't forget that BlockFi is now sponsored by Lunch Money. Psych, it's the other way around. Lunch Money is sponsored by BlockFi. I messed that up, but you didn't even know because I said it with so much confidence. Go to BlockFi.com/Pomp and you can get an interest-bearing account. You can get on the wait list for the Bitcoin Rewards credit card, or you can buy and sell crypto or take out a US dollar loan to get your crypto collateral. Go to BlockFi.com/Pomp. Sign up today.
I look like
New York City!
I look like a polar bear today.
Okay. You just look like an animal. Come on, let's go. Come on. People are going to literally click away from the video if you don't hurry up.
Are we going to have a conversation after this video?
Yeah, you're going to be talking to yourself looking in the mirror.
PayPal's Venmo mobile payment app will now let users buy, hold, and sell Bitcoin and other digital tokens, potentially a significant step towards moving cryptocurrencies into the mainstream. PayPal has always been very Bitcoin forward.
What are they talking about into the mainstream? There's 100+ million people that use Bitcoin. What are they talking about?
Yes, but Venmo has 70 million users.
But how many of the users that have Venmo also have PayPal?
Well,
it's unclear.
No, Venmo's the younger, I've written about this. Venmo's the younger audience, PayPal is the older audience, and PayPal bought Venmo for this very reason.
What's the overlap between the users?
Who knows?
My guess is that the users of PayPal that are using the crypto product are the same users who have Venmo. So while it is a big deal, and yes, this is a positive sign.
There's actually not a ton of overlap. PayPal's more international, Venmo's more US-centric. All right, moving on.
You knew a lot about Venmo there. That was kind of weird.
Facebook unveils a suite of new audio products. Mark Zuckerberg said Facebook is launching a suite of new tools and features designed to help users better connect with each other and their favorite creators through audio. Are they trying to compete with Clubhouse? Facebook's new short-form audio product will serve users stream of brief clips. Clips of what? Zuckerberg says this product is like an audio version of its TikTok-like video product, Reels. Users can share individual clips to their news feeds, or they can consume a string of audio clips joined together and algorithmically distributed in a feed. I don't see the purpose of this.
I think this is very, very smart.
What is this for?
This is classic Facebook. There is a new trend underway, audio. Well, new trend being the way that people are using it. Drop-in social audio, podcast discovery, all this stuff. Facebook understands one thing. The product is not the differentiator. Distribution is king, right? There's a saying, first-time entrepreneurs focus on the product. Second-time entrepreneurs focus on distribution.
Can I just pause you there for 1 second?
I'm paused.
Twitter has massive distribution. They launched, Twitter Rooms? I don't even know what it's called. Cannot overpass Clubhouse.
What are you talking about? Clubhouse downloads are dropping out of the sky like a plane's that engine that went out.
Twitter has not won that war.
I'm not saying that Twitter won, but what I'm saying is that Twitter literally snapped their fingers. They created a product and they got massive distribution. They have millions of people using it now. And Facebook's going to do the same exact thing. Distribution is king. And just because you can create a product does not mean that it's going to be successful. But if you have distribution, you can actually have an inferior product. And plus your distribution, you can win.
I don't understand the sound bites function. What, I'm going to sit on Facebook and hear people's voices back to... I don't get it.
Yeah, I actually think that that's actually really smart. It's the same thing like there's going to be audio on all these.
A lot of bad political takes is what it's going to be.
There's going to be a lot of bad political takes, but it's also kind of like voice notes. Some people use voice notes and voice memos.
My friend Anna.
Aggressively. Other people don't use them at all. And so it's just a user experience or user preference.
My friend Anna recently told me and showed me how to use voice notes on WhatsApp. It's kind of really cool, except I'm not very good at it.
Well,
okay. All right.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, was an exact moment where my younger, immature self would have absolutely savaged Polina.
No, he wouldn't
like a
have.
snake. I would have been and I would have just got her right there. Venomous strike.
Trust me.
But I didn't. I didn't do it.
So
I did not do it. I did not do it. I held back, but I just want everyone to know that I held back so she knows that I could have done it if I wanted to.
But Put your little hand away.
It's a snake.
It looks like a dinosaur arm. Okay.
You would know.
This. Guys, do you see what I have to deal with?
You look like a
Why do I
Raptosaurus. Let's go.
The second largest toilet paper manufacturer in the US warned that it will soon raise prices on products from bathroom tissue to diapers. Kimberly-Clark, the company, said that the increases are necessary to help offset significant commodity cost inflation, reflecting higher supply costs.
Send me this. You guys are going to know when we got done recording, because the second that we get done recording, I'm tweeting this shit. This is exactly what we're talking about. They're saying there's no inflation, there's no inflation, there's no inflation. Guess what? There is inflation. They're literally telling you we are going to increase prices. Single digit, mid to high single digits. That means 5 to 9%, 4 to 9% increase.
But
inflation is here.
But
it is going to screw the bottom 45% of Americans.
Do you know what the inflation deniers will tell you? They'll say, it is not clear yet whether any of the price increases will be passed on to shoppers and families. Kimberly-Clark said it will increase list prices, which are the prices paid to suppliers of a product. Retailers decide what to charge consumers at the store level. This is the dumbest thing I've ever read. Obviously, it's a chain. And nobody's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to lose money because I don't want to pass it on to the retailer.
Oh, my goods cost more, but I'm going to keep selling at the same price. That's not how the world works. This is insanity that people continue to say. Here's a great way to look at it. If a rich person buys toilet paper, what is the percentage of their expenses for that toilet paper? If a person who's not rich buys toilet paper, it is a much higher percentage. They buy more goods that are affected first and more aggressively by inflation. Therefore, the bottom half of Americans are about to get their clock cleaned because we have inflation. And when we have inflation, the bottom 50% of Americans are much, much more affected by inflation than the top 50% of Americans. The top 50% hold investable assets, and inflationary goods are a small percentage of their monthly expenses. The bottom 50% hold no investable assets, meaning they don't benefit at all, and majority or a very high percentage of their expenses are inflationary goods. So wake up, people. Inflation is here. When they tell you it's not, tell them to kick rocks. That's it.
He loves telling people to kick rocks.
You
think it's like...
Well, it's better than telling them to go play in traffic. And that's the second thing I would say. And the third thing I would say...
He came from the 1960s.
And the third thing I would say... There was no traffic back then. And the third thing I would say is I would look those grown men right in the face and I would say, you're silly. Because that is the most disrespectful thing you can say to somebody. Is you look a grown man right in the eyes, look at me right here, here we go, I am the captain now. And you just say, you're silly.
What goes on in your brain? Okay, I don't want to know, actually. All right.
Well, if I'm calling them silly, imagine what I'm calling you in my head.
Playboy.
Ooh, Playboy.
Playboy's stock has surged more than 80% this month, due in large part to excitement over how it can take advantage of the hot NFT market.
No pun intended.
Playboy certainly has unique offerings. No pun intended. The CEO said, look, we have an unbelievable archive, 68 years. That's how the CEO talks in my head. It is the 5,000 pieces of art we have. It's covers, it's photography. It is so deep and rich in what's in there. That's what he said. So they're going to do NFTs of covers of Playboy.
Smart.
If I find out you own an NFT Playboy cover. If I find out. All right, ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so the EPA approved the first release of genetically modified mosquitoes in the Florida Keys. So
I ain't messing with no genetically modified nothing.
So the technology will combat. Do you say it? Dengue?
I don't know. Keep going. Just
it's
pretend.
It's a fever. I don't know.
Just pretend.
It's a potentially life-threatening disease and other mosquito-borne viruses such as Zika, mainly transmitted by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. While there have been more than 7,300 dengue. I don't know.
All right, listen. I'm gonna take over here. Let me help out my partner here. All right, so here's the deal. There's genetically modified mosquitoes, and two, I'm out. I'm not messing with nothing. I hate mosquitoes, and I hate genetically modified ones even worse. If I was patient and had a lot of time, I would sit with my chopsticks, and when the mosquitoes were flying around, I'd be like,
You couldn't get. Okay, just let it go.
everybody knows
It's
mosquitoes fly around me, and I just grab with my hands.
Hashtag AskLM. It's Ask Lunch Money time. Guys, you didn't have any good questions in the comments.
Perfect.
Please
I have an
ask
update.
questions in the comments. Please.
I have a
Hashtag
moist
AskLM.
update. I have a moist
We have
update.
a moist update.
I've made contact. I've made contact with the species formerly known as moist.
Not genetically modified.
I am in contact. We have a call today. We are going to discuss discussion topics, and then I will report back after.
What can you give us a little bit of a sense of what moist is like?
I think I sent to moist, and I think I started the email off with, "Hello."
You have been a champion.
No, I did tell him.
Soldier, a
I did tell him he
soldier.
was a soldier, though. Yeah.
Guys, you should see these emails. I wish I got emails like that.
Well, if he was in the army and his real name was Moist, he'd be known as Private Moist. Ching! All right, that's it for Lunch Money today. She's not happy, but I don't care. Inflation is here. Stop dealing with the genetically modified moist.
Goodbye.
Mosquitoes, see ya.
Bang, bang. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Lunch Money as much as we did.
And don't forget, Lunch Money is now sponsored by BlockFi, so go check them out. There's a link in the description that you can click on. I'm an investor, a user, and a huge fan. What?
You're a bigger fan of BlockFi than you are of me?
BlockFi is my second favorite thing in the world behind Polina. They've got 3 products. They can give you a US dollar loan. You can earn up to 8.6% interest on an interest-bearing account, or you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies on their crypto exchange. I personally use the interest-bearing account. There's not very many places where you'll find up to 8.6% interest on a deposit in an interest-bearing account. Go do your own research. There's risk associated, but 8.6% is pretty compelling. So click on the link in the description. Say thanks to the folks at BlockFi. Subscribe to our channel. Like the video. Annoy Polina in the comments. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And be kind to your friends.